Edward here from ERViewer.com. I have another video for you. This is another practice session I did in my own personal practice. I like to focus on specific types of targets and explore them to find my strengths and my weaknesses. A couple of years back I did a series of videos that were just people targets, just location targets, just object targets, that kind of thing, to get just to explore, like I say, my strengths and my weaknesses. This is a practice that I recommend for any viewer out there or anyone pursuing this type of activity, that within your practice you may want to consider that of finding someone who can select targets for you that are specific to that type of tasking, so that you can explore them and find out where your strengths and weaknesses are. So with this one, I wanted to do another person target, so I sent a text to my friend Dustin in Houston, a fellow remote viewer, and asked him if he could select a person target for me. And he did, and then I did the session. So he selected the target and then I did the session, so this wasn't a session done prior to target selection like a lot of my stuff in the past. So this one I did after. The person that he selected was Stephen Hawking. Now what is interesting about this session is that as I'm going through the process of acquiring the sensations, I'm looking for specifically for aesthetics, and as in the CRV protocol, an AI or an aesthetic impact, where you're hit with some kind of an aesthetic. And again, aesthetic means a pure emotion. As the aesthetic began to settle in, there were ideas coming around it that I had to process through, and I had the inclination to draw them out. So like in this one, and you'll see it in a video if you watch the video, what I was getting as an idea was someone who was standing in front of something, and they were kind of had this kind of look at me, look at what I have, look at what I've done kind of feel. Obviously they're standing, and Stephen Hawking was in a wheelchair, so don't get too distracted by that. That drawing is an idea as early in the session as I'm attempting to process the sensations that are coming in. I had the idea of someone standing in front of something like that. So keep that in mind as you're looking through this video and observing what I'm going through, is that I am attempting to process this information. I'm attempting to process these feelings and these aesthetics as they're coming through. And the interesting is that after that drawing, I began to move into more of the stronger sensation that started to unfold, kind of like a package that opened up, and some more of the rich things started coming through, which was that I was tuning into someone with an extremely complicated brain, and a very unusual way of thinking. Their mind, as I was beginning to experience their mind, it was like their mind was like the Matrix. In the movie The Matrix, it was extremely compartmentalized, where subjects were compartmentalized. Like here, this was the next drawing, was this person had like a matrix in their brain, and they were an extremely complex thinker, a brilliant mind, and I named it Stephen Hawking, along with as an AOL of the signal. It reminded me of Stephen Hawking. Also, it reminded me of Elon Musk too. I was dealing with someone who had an incredible brain and an incredible ability to process and solve problems in an extremely complex way. And it was awesome to be in it. I wanted to just stay in the session just to allow my brain. I wanted their brain, really. I was hoping to give me that brain, but I wanted to hang out with it just to experience how they think and how their brain is that way, and with a with a visual mental capacity, a photographic memory type of mind that can solve problems within the mind and creating constructs vividly and solving problems in the mind. It was really, really awesome. I have a lot more respect. I already had a lot of respect for Stephen Hawking, but now about 100 times more. To having had experienced his mind, I have a whole new appreciation for that individual. Very, very interesting session. I really enjoyed it. But that's what this is about. Many more to come, and hope you enjoy it as well. 8, 3, 6, 9. A. Curving. Sloping. Curving. Point. Curving and curling. B. Life form. Biological. 8, 3, 6, 9. A. Sloping. Angle. Cross. Curving. Energetic. Eight, 3, 6, 9. A. Curve. Wavy. Cross. B. Man-made. Round, soft, hairy, dense, smooth, moist, yellow, black, curving. Yeah! I'm in a session. Looping, brown, black, tan, white, dim, angular, long, noisy, edged, AOL here, fighting, and this is giving me another AOL of Muhammad Ali. Bright, vertical, standing, curved, bright and yellow, flashy, patterned, patterned. Pattern, flashy, looping, AOL skilled, skilled and moving, yellow and brown and black and silver, dense, open and far, green, inside, around, flat, tubular, large, across, distant, flashy, flashy, moving, flashy, moving, AOL, billboard, billboard, curved, grooved, nervous, it is a nervous. Front of something. They're in front of something. Like front of something like this is a feel of like the feedback photo. Of like standing in front of something they represent. Standing in front of something they represent. This is more in the AI that I'm feeling here. The aesthetic that I'm feeling. In front, like the Donald Trump because of the way that the shape of the head went. But like look at this, or look at me, or yeah, like they're pointing. Sales, like they own a lot of property. Sales, numbers, money, property, sensory, dimensions, AI, tangible, intangible, AO of the signal, like standing in front of something. A look at my accomplishment kind of feel, like a real, look at me. Look at me. I represent success. I represent success business model. This is kind of like a stage 7 here. I take on complicated ideas. Well, the signal reminds me of Elon Musk, what is that dude's name? Complex, mathematical, science. Complex patterns. Like the Matrix feel. Like expanded mind. Expanded mind, complicated way of thinking. Complicated way of thinking. Kind of separates self out from others. That kind of feel. Another AOL of the Soon here reminds me of Stephen Hawking. That kind of mind, complex mind, compartmental mind. This is really kind of esoteric mind stuff, but like their mind is very compartmentalized, or that's how. And that's how they set up their mental structure. And this is strong. This is more like an Ia here. Of a real brilliant mind. Structured, compartmentalized. Has a way of separating out subjects within their own mind. I don't know how I could prove this, but this is just what I'm getting. It's like they have a grid pattern or structure to the way they process information or learned topics, that kind of thing. This is more into the way that they think. Sensory dimensions, AI, tangible, intangible, halo of the signal. Very strong thinking capacity. Very strong thinking capacity. But I'm seeing this grid pattern like some type of grid pattern, type of mental grid pattern. Like this person created or adopted a way of thinking to compartmentalize their brilliance, or optimize mental output. Optimize mental output. You know, I'm getting this feeling of science. Of science or tech, math, biology, a lot of topics, biology, geology, and each one is kind of has their own, each knowledge subject is in its mental compartment. Very weird, very strange. That's very strange. Interesting way of thinking. I'm going to put that as an AI. Thinking. Very interesting way of thinking. Like a super brain. Like a super brain. What else? I'm ready to end on this, but I kind of want to. What is in 3 dimensions? AI, tangible, intangible. All of the signal, like interesting way of thinking here. Like photographic memory. To see problems vividly in the mind, to solve them, that kind of thing. And I'm getting this visual, a blurry visual of like a mental stream, or it reminds me of a bunch of TV screens. Bunch of TV screens in their mind, you know, that's in their mind. Their mind is like that. With a lot of information accessible. A lot of accessible information. Problem solving. Equations being solved in the mind. That kind of thing. I get the sense it may not be easy to be around this person. It's like reminds me of A Beautiful Mind. The movie, or whoever that guy was, Hash or Hatch or whatever his name. That guy. Brilliant.